So just out of curiosity, does anyone expect Mikuriya to actually have a plan, or did he just totally bail on us?
That. I'm expecting that.
Yeah, motherfucker's probably gone.
I mean, it would be the smartest thing that he's done in the entirety of his screen time.
Then again, if he comes in and actually does save the day at the end, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
無事で本当に良かったよ。とにかくこれで高畑くん以外の全員が揃ったわけだね。はい。完全復活まであと少しです。高畑くんほどの実力者ならきっと無事でいると思います。それに
Shio himself is like half of the XRC's quote-unquote full strength, so, you know, I think they're quite a ways off from that still.
I mean, let's be fair, Sora probably accounts for almost as much manpower as Shio just by herself.
それとは別に気になることがあるんだけど。何がだ？しおり、君の幼馴染のこと。確か風邪で学校を休んでたんだよね。なのにどうしてあの時アクロスタワーにいたの？それは。こっちゃん。 お願い早く町から逃げて。わからねえ。今はまだ。
No, I think that's pretty clear what was going on there, Ko.
Yeah, he still hasn't put the pieces together in his head to figure out that, yeah, maybe she was the source of all this, considering how, she called him, like, right before everything went to shit. She sounded incredibly fucked up, and she told him, get the hell out of the city, now.
Give him a break, he's very clearly in denial.
それならよし。リオンちゃん。
まあ、とにかく今は動いた方がいいんじゃない？
ええ、高畑くんたちの情報もどこかで入るかもしれませんし、準備を済ませ次第、蓬莱町の柱に向かいましょう。
I mean, we could go straight to the pillar, but Yuki did suggest that we spend a little time poking around. Which is honestly probably a good idea, because something the game has not told you is that it undid everybody's builds.
What? Why?
Well, because... I mean, and I understand why. Because they took away the characters from you, they didn't want you to be like, oh, well, you know, what if I wanted this quartz and now I can't have it because it's on, you know, Mitsuki, and Mitsuki is God only knows where, right? So, like, I get that. But what they did instead was when they gave them back to you, they just gave them a generic good build. And this is something I have not realized yet. So just tuck that one away in the back of your mind for now.
Oh boy.
You'd think that, like, the game would at least try to remember what you had on everybody.
Argate, we've been here for, what is it, like 60 hours of gameplay now and probably going on 6 months plus?
Yeah, no, I realized as soon as I said it, this is the game where the writers forgot whether or not Ryota's uncle or dad worked with him at that store.
So what did we settle on? Just Funkel?
Yeah, sure, that sounds good. Anyway, despite the ongoing apocalypse, we can also come get our fortune told again.
Yeah, why not?
何を占いましょう。
Only one name left on that list.
I mean, technically Shio also would have been an option, but we don't have Shio in the party, so...
It would have been really funny if, like, you could have gotten a friendship reading with Shio here, and he just shows up and then goes back off to whatever it was he was doing.
I mean, that would be the one point in the game where that phrase that closes out all these readings is absolutely correct. But also, I'm surprised that, like, Sadie doesn't have, like, endgame specific readings for people. Like, she's just like, I can see it clearly now. You're fucked.
You know, at least that one opens... That one at least opens on a pretty undeniable fact. Like, the first thing she says to Ko and Mitsuki is like, wow, you guys have, like, nothing in common.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have finally found Yuki's sister. But she still will not give us the quest, so it's gonna have to wait until after we add Shio and Mr. Goro to our ranks.
She might want to turn off that red-hot burner behind her that is, like, not cooking anything and clearly just putting out heat and wasting energy and is, like, probably a burn hazard at this point.
You really were hoping for that side quest, huh?
Like you can see, like you can see me going like, okay, what do I have to do to get this quest? Can I like go back there? But no, the game is putting its foot down. You are going to do the plot and you are going to like it.
You know what? Maybe we need Shio so he can tell her to turn the fucking burner off, and then we get the side quest. Now that her imminent fire hazard is taken care of.
You know, that wouldn't surprise me, because, you know, Shio is the one who's handiest in the kitchen.
Exactly.
And of course, he's also a member of the gang Blaze, and last time we were in Horaicho, from what I seem to recall, we also ran into a burning building with him, so basically, yeah, the man's life is all about fire and fire hazards at this point.
Anyway, third verse, same as the other verses.
I'm actually kind of a little disappointed that we, up to this point, like, sort of haven't had more, like, real-world Eclipse action.
It does seem like a thing that probably should have happened occasionally, doesn't it?
Yeah?
I
don't know, just really emphasize the whole, like, dimensions are, like, converging thing. Rather than just opening up random wormholes to the other side.
Yeah, like, there's definitely been, like, ample opportunity to try and explore that, but again, just, it's Tokyo Xanadu, the game is cowardice incarnate, so, you know, take what you get, I suppose.
Although, you know, it's probably for the better they didn't, because they sort of went down that road in Ys 9, and it was kind of, at best, slightly annoying, and at worst, it just kind of made you drop everything so that you could go do this monster raid in the real world before it let you do anything else. Most notably, the thing that you were actually trying to do.
Yeah, that sounds annoying. Like, it reminds me of, like, a thing Judgment would do, where every so often you'd get a text from one of your friends saying that, like, this gang is terrorizing the town, and suddenly, like, the encounter rate is fucking sky high because there's just so many goons around. But at least you could still go do side quests and shit.
Anyway, we spend a little bit of time just kind of wandering around, but there's not really anything interesting here.
I love how even in the middle of the apocalypse, the strip club is still dedicated to keeping people who are underage out from going inside and visiting all the naughty bits. At least I think that was a strip club, I don't know. It might have just been a bar.
Maybe a cabaret club?
Could be.
Look, Horatio is home to many fine establishments. Let's not pigeonhole ourselves into picking just one of them.
Speaking of fine establishments...
Oh, baby. Welcome to hell.
Quite literally from the look of it.
A very refined hell, I suppose. Oh, thanks, Mitsuki.
Yes, Yuki, that's how a difficulty curve works.
I'm surprised Boy, who is absolutely obsessed with video games, does not understand how video games work.
He probably turns all the cheat codes on. That might be it.
I was gonna say, Yuki's just a speedrunner. Like, he's purposefully, like, glitching everything.
Well, then why the hell hasn't he figured out any hacks to get through this damn game faster?
I mean, have you seen how often he's, like, the one not paying attention to things and just, like, trying to short-circuit conversations as much as possible? He is mashing the skip button.
A man after my own heart.
Anyway, the Pillar of Refinement, it fucking sucks.
Alright, so what's our gimmick this time, aside from lava floors?
The gimmick is that everything in this dungeon does, like, 800 damage when it hits you.
Oh.
And then also that gets combined with the fact that half of your standing area is lava.
And have you figured out yet by this point that you have all the shit cores on everyone's soul devices yet?
I figured that out right around the halfway point of the dungeon.
That thing just stopping your air dash, like, right in the middle of the lava pit kinda sucks.
And don't forget, if you land in the lava, you automatically get burned.
Yeah, Koa's just dying over there in the corner. I'm actually kind of surprised that the lasers hitboxes are accurate to the animation, I guess?
Yes and no? Like, they're not like perfect, but they're closer than you would expect them to be.
I mean, I just figured that, like, you would have hit that that switch there.
Yeah, they don't kind of come into the center unless you're actually like unless you're locked onto something. Anyway, not only do these fire guys have shot shields, which are always a fun time, the stupid top enemies will inflict freeze, because that's something this dungeon also needed.
But since we're so close to lava pools, shouldn't that immediately thaw you out?
You would think, but yeah, that is not a good combination. To be stuck standing there, unable to do anything, while, you know, you just get pounded for like 800 damage a hit.
God, also just the irony of the fact that, like, the Frozen Dungeon did not have any enemies that inflicted freeze on you, and yet the Fire Dungeon does.
So I don't know if this is actually the case or it just feels like this, but like this dungeon goes on forever. Like, I'm not joking when I say that the rest of this video is just the first half of the dungeon.
That was gonna be my follow-up question. Are we going to the end of this dungeon by the end of this video?
No. So, like, you know, credit where it's due. When the game decided that it was done fucking around and it was going to throw a hard fucking dungeon at you, it can do that. It has no qualms about kicking you in the dick over and over when it actually wants to.
I feel like that much has been true for, or demonstrably true for a while. Like with some of the bosses we've come up across in the past, this might be the first like time it's really committed to that for a dungeon.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, like there have been plenty of bullshit bosses, but like, I think this is the first point that the game really hammers it home that no, even the dungeons will fuck you up now.
How many more dungeons do we have after this one, actually?
In the main game?
Sure.
1.
Is it as much of a kick to the dick as this one?
Yeah? I mean, it's the final dungeon, so, you know, make of that what you will. Anyway, you know what this dungeon needed on top of all this shit? An enemy that drags you towards her. I think that would be a great addition.
And of course, she starts out in the middle of the lava pit.
At least she doesn't only stay in the middle of the lava pits.
Oh no, she just teleports around whenever she wants. That's even better.
And of course, because the lava pit's in the middle of the room, basically, no matter what direction, almost, that she drags you in, it will be towards the lava pit eventually.
Also, she likes to hang out, like, on the edge of the room, which coincidentally means that your camera is not facing the lava pits at any given time.
That's pretty rude, honestly.
I just want it to stay still long enough that I can use my fucking R2 on it, and it won't.
I'm glad the game repositioned you after killing it, because I think you were about to fall into the lava.
Because, yeah, like, you absolutely just wasted Yuki's special attack on it when it just teleported out of the way. For once, a scene like this is actually warranted in the game.
森宮氏が完全な異界に近づきつつある証拠なのかも。この気配は気をつけて。
こいつら落とし子の時の
支流2体に
Please don't ask where the wind elemental is. We didn't actually model that one.
That's probably why there's two of each, just to try and make you forget that.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say, Aki.
You'll say that was the, oh my god, please let me pick literally anybody that wasn't in my other party.
Like, I was gonna ask, like, you sure we just, like, can't, like, tap in, like, Goto and, like, his magic Gatling gun now, please?
Can we at least have him as, like, backup support on the side there?
I feel like you know the answer when it comes to, can we have this much cooler party member?
Yeah, we know.
Again, if the game had any real balls, it would have given Toa the magic Gatling gun.
I don't think Toa can actually lift that.
You don't know that.
You trained with, Grandpa Seijiro?
Also, the woman drives a TARDIS, nothing is out of her reach, okay?
かったぜ。塩先輩、五郎先生も。
たく。
おっと。
なんとかここまで踏ん張ってきたようじゃねえか。上出来だぜ、時坂。
塩先輩。
まったく、あのタイミングで登場ってあざとくねばを狙いすぎじゃないの？
お前もよくやった。ちゃんと肝心なところで男を見せたみてえだな。
もうそういうノリは趣味じゃないんだってば。
高畑先輩らしいというかやっぱり親分肌なんだ。特に後輩さんへの面倒見はすごくいいんですよ。
こら北斗、いい人っぽく語るんじゃねえ。
塩さんも相変わらずその人に弱いんだな。
まあそんじょそこらの男じゃ太刀打ちできねえだろ
う。しかしまさかあんたたちまで来てくれるとは。一体どういう成り行きなんだ？
ああ、俺は入ってた鑑別所が化け物の襲撃に遭っちまってな。やばかったところ塩さんたちに助けられたんだ。
ちなみに秋が持ってる木刀は泰造じいさんが提供したもんだ。
I like how literally everyone in this cutscene right now is looking at Goto, and of course that's when Aki chimed in. He's like, "Oh, well, the place I was in got attacked." Like nobody cares about you, Aki. We want to know where the fuck he got the Gatling gun from.
この森宮で化け物どもと戦う戦力を整えてたってわけだ。
高羽組とは改めて同盟を結ばせてもらった。性別された銃弾の在庫があったからそれと引き換えにな。ま、そちらのガトリング砲は国防軍の提供じゃないが。
どこから持ってきたか野暮なことは一個なしだぜ。
So yeah, there's your answer. He stole it from the military.
Excuse me. He just borrowed it. They are good friends now, remember?
Don't dig too deep. You may not like what you find on the other side.
I noticed they very conveniently neglected to mention where the holy bullets came from.
The Yakuza have a pretty plentiful supply of holy water. Don't ask questions. What'd I just say?
The Yakuza just have like an entire fountain going on in the back of the Takahane building. Just running like a conveyor belt of bullets underneath it.
ああ、二人がいてくれたら100人力だぜ。
よし、だったらこの先はお前さんたちに任せた。こっちはブレイズの小僧どもと近辺の雑魚どもを一掃しておこう。
塩さん、お前らも。
What are the other guys gonna do? Do they also get holy weapons?
Yeah, they mentioned that earlier in the cutscene. Basically, everyone from Blaze got a magic stick like Aki has, so at least they're not going to be completely useless against all the greeds. But I'm betting, yeah, the Takahane group's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Oh, no, Mr. Goro. No, this is a terrible decision.
Seiki Goro making an absolutely balls-out, dumb fuck stupid decision? No, there's no precedent for any of that, right?
Yeah, you're forced to use him.
Oh no.